Hello again. This is Dorothy Harwood at Harwood Studios. You can find out more about me at Harwoodstudios.xyz. This is my second video about the little suite. It's a beginning piano piece. The second movement is called Romance. This version is from the Classical Music to Modern from Denes Agays, and it's published and distributed by Hal Leonard, so it's readily available. I just wanted to talk about using the voice to help you piano playing. So the second piece is in a minor key, whereas the first movement was in 2/4 rhythm. This movement is in 3/4, so it's more of that waltz feeling. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when you, so again, this is the second video. When you're singing the line, la da 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 da, you notice that as you go up the scale, you get louder, and as you go down the scale, you get softer. So I'm just doing the camera here a minute. All right, so this piece is in 3/4, and as I talked about in the other video, sometimes your students aren't very good at their rhythms. This is a slow piece, and sometimes that's another difficulty for students is going slow enough because they just want to rush. So on this time, if I'm playing, and I want the student to feel the energy of the line, then if they actually sing the subdivision of the note, these are all quarter notes, but if you put 2 pulses into it and sing it la 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 la, that's that pulse, the bup 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 that they're singing will help them energize it and slow it down. If they're still not going slow enough, simply subdivide it further, like you can use that to slow down your student, but also keep the rhythm intact because the subdivision forces them to keep it rhythmic. The other thing is, when you have a piece that's in 3/4, the first beat gets the stress and the other 2 beats are lighter because you have this waltz feeling or minuet feeling. So listen to this, have them sing it again. Maybe they could sing 1 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so when they're playing this, say when you're singing it, you feel that energy going up to the high note and then it comes back down. So you want to energize it to the downbeat, even though the downbeat is 1 note below the highest note, it all moves to that G and then it comes back down to the D. Moving up to the high note and ending on the G and then coming back down on the D. So that gives you, it helps you with phrasing to sing it and to sing the crescendo, decrescendo. Then when they go back to play it, they have that in their ears. Okay, the second half of this piece, I'm just going to sing it on La. La, it was a little bit low for me. But you get the sense the lower notes are softer, getting louder, and then fading away. So this piece is more dramatic in a different way, whereas the first piece in the other video has this kind of happiness and energy. This piece is darker and slower and has more angst. That's why I like to do this section with the subdivision, because it makes you play and press down a little bit more into the keys. Okay, and then the second half of this piece. The second half starts high and the whole line decrescendos. So you don't get louder through the phrase, you simply get softer. And then, and that's what you want to hear in the music. You have the left hand and the right hand all being part of the same melodic line. And the left hand has a separate counter melody. And then the same, you've got to, when you have a long note in the piano, you can't put a swell in. So you have to hit it harder. In other words, you have to think about how loud you want it. If you were singing it, you swell to a certain volume. With the piano, you have to go immediately into that volume, so you have to play it loud and let it fade. Notice how I do that long note louder so that it fades into the shorter note.